story now for them because there's no leadership. Everyone's happy. You ready?
Okay, so all quiet now.
Action. Right, here we are. End of the whole Your Party conference. Everyone's got a real buzz. There's a buzz about everyone. Look, everyone's laughing, joking. It's all over. No one's got killed. Everyone's getting on, aren't they, Audrey?
Yes, they are, and I've absolutely fabulous end there, singing Imagine and Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao. And people have come away knowing they've got a bloody big job to do. And they've got a big job to do. And that's where it should come from us, because nobody in this conference over this weekend has wanted the absolute shit show that we've had in the build-up to this party. So everyone's claiming it for their own, and that's the big message, you know. And that's why they're all happy, because they won. The membership so far has won the gains we wanted. We haven't been given an opportunity to vote on some of the things that we did want to vote on.
Yeah.
But we're just going to grab it, you know. We're going to grab the opportunity. So I can say we're a lot happier than we were before the start of it all.
So what were you before you came? What out of 10? How did you feel before, like on Saturday morning?
Can I say slash your wrists, really?
Slash your wrists, like minus.
Yeah. I felt really bad about it.
What are you now then?
Well, I think on Friday, the fabulous rally we had with Zara in the Holiday Inn really set the tone, and that was superb, honest to God, it was. And of course, we had this big nosedive where the guy, Councillor James Giles, was bloody well stopped from coming in. So, you know, you thought, this is so bad, they go down again, and you thought, what games are being played here? You know, why would you do this? Who's doing this? Who's doing it? We never know. Yeah. We never know, you know. Nobody tells us, like, well, who's doing it? Who's written this document? Who's it? And you think, well, nobody's telling you anything. And that's awful, you know. That's really insulting to ordinary people, that they don't know where this party is supposed to be coming from the top. Coming from the bottom. It's actually coming from the top. But who is the top? So it's been awful. But then, of course, you hear the results, you know, of the voting, and they really were overwhelmingly good. Overwhelmingly good. Most of them were. I know there's one or two that were marginal, but overwhelmingly on the side of what ordinary people want, which is to have the power in the hands of us members. But we've got a lot. It's got to start now, because they'll cling on, you know. They will cling on, do what they've been doing for a while.
They won't want to go in a cafe where you're hanging out, will they?
They certainly won't, and I'll say to them, be warned, because the MPA will be up in arms.
Right.
They will not take this party from us.
Right. And so what did you think of, because I have to say I was worried that there'll be Zara come in and she'll split the room when she does her speech. But because they'd had that vote where there's no leadership, it kind of took that away, didn't it?
It took the wind from the sails of them, I think. Because I think what happened is, when that vote was won, we realised then that the people that were disbarred yesterday from coming in could come in because they'd be welcomed in. Because that was one of the votes, is that you could have a dual membership. So that was why these people were stopped yesterday from other groups. And actually they're socialists, they should be coming in. And so for me, when I went home last night, I was thinking, oh gosh, what's it going to be like the vote today? So I feel a bit more reinvigorated today.
So was it a bit like Palestine Action being deprescribed or something?
Not quite. Although to be honest, the guy from Germany that was speaking, he just about stopped himself from saying, I support Palestine Action, because...
I'm editing that out, by the way.
Yeah.
No, but you were quoting someone.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not quoting.
That was a quote.
That was a quote.
German guy.
Yeah. It is a quote from somebody who said that. Yeah. But to be honest, I feel this is our starting point now. I feel invigorated, and I think really, you know, Zara's speech today you know, you must have been able to hear it out here because she was just cheered and applauded by everyone. And fair play to her. She didn't duck any of the issues. She actually spoke about them. She actually said, you know, and held her hands up. I'm sorry. I was part, you know, I've got some things to be sorry for, but this isn't about me. It's not about my personality. This is about a grassroots movement. And she spoke for everyone. That's how I felt. And, you know, people that, I thought there was a little bit of confusion about the amendments as well, because it wasn't clear. I mean, we were told today, how many amendments were there? 600. And amendments were put in. And actually only one got through. So, I mean, people were saying, what about the workers' wage? What about the workers' wage? And it was actually not listened to because of a typo error. You know, and it's really important to people. So I think for those people who think, oh, well, these things aren't going to change, they are going to change. And I think the grassroots have spoken, you know, so clearly I didn't expect it to go as well as I thought it was going to go today. So I feel, on a basis of 0 to 10, I feel about a 7.
But Liverpool won as well, didn't they?
Oh, can I just say, and Liverpool won 2-0, yes.
Well, so that puts it a bit higher then, does it?
Can I just say, well, I'll be having a little glass of wine tonight. I'll be very happy. But I mean, somebody did say in the conference, you know, as women, we're a woman delegate and she said, we're sick of being spoken down to by men, and you know, women, we put ourselves forward. And I actually had to shout out, excuse me love, you're in Liverpool, all the women all speak up, because we do.
Well, yeah, I could see that.
Can I just say to you know what Tony Benn used to say? Do you know what the difference is between a terrorist and a woman from Liverpool? You can negotiate with a terrorist. How's Tony Benn?
They're always right. Hi, Crispin.
So what did you think about the whole conference? Were you worried about what would happen before?
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously finding out the Reds have won has really lifted our spirits, but you know, we worked really hard locally in Sefton to arrange a local meeting, and we went out leafleting, didn't we, Anne? Yeah. And we know the thirst for this that's there. You can't replace speaking to people face to face. You know, you really can't, and we had some great conversations, didn't we, Anne? And we had a great meeting with a fantastic turnout, and people are desperate, you know, people are on their knees.
If we'd have had 1 or 2, we'd have been happy, but 40
we always
people
do 40 people, you know, and, you know, not forgetting about the genocide that's going on. People are desperate, things are so bad, and then obviously seeing everything that's going on. I mean, I'm never going to hero worship anyone anymore. I mean, I love Jeremy Corbyn and I still have massive respect for him, but, you know, the people behind him are suspect, and I don't know why he's letting them do what they're doing. Everything Sarah says I agree with. I think she's amazing. And, you know, we went to the regional assembly, which was awful. We asked questions and were shut down. We asked who wrote the founding documents. We didn't get any answers. You know, I think it's quite reasonable to ask who wrote these documents. But you know, you get treated as some kind of, you know, divisive person if you're asking questions. So that was really awful. So, and then obviously finding out about the expulsions on Friday. I came here on Saturday really a bit down, thinking it's not going to be great, and it wasn't great yesterday. But seeing the results of the votes was fantastic. We basically won everything that we wanted. Zara coming today, I was so happy, and she spoke so well, and she had
it was lovely when she just sat down with everybody else.
So coming away, you know, I feel like it's going to be hard work, and no one's, you know, doubting that, but we're up for it, and you know, we'll do everything we can. I'll always back someone I trust, but obviously after the Corbyn years, trust is a massive thing. People have got to earn it, and I've got to believe someone's a socialist before I'll back them. You know?
I mean, the thing is, there are lots of, we've seen Starmer pretend he's a something.
You know, you've got green councillors.
To be honest, we always suspected him anyway.
Yeah, we never just
always suspected
you know, they're
him.
welcoming in belatedly resigning Labour councillors and so-called independents, and Green councillors are just becoming your party councillors. Why is that being allowed?
I mean, that's it. There'll be lots of opportunists, won't there, who try and jump in.
Unless someone is a proven socialist, I will not be campaigning for them or backing them.
But I think if we get the structure right, we'll get the right people in those positions, because we won't see opportunists, we won't see people, I'll have a career in Parliament. It'll be people who truly want to represent and look after the people in their local areas, and that's what it's about. That's what we're all about. I know people say, it's all about being kind and looking after one another, but it is about that sort of community. It is about looking after people in your community, and none of us, I don't think, here have ever thought, I want to go into politics, I want to be an MP, I want to be a councillor, I want to do this. We've never thought of it like that. We've never thought of it as a career, and we never would, because you should be there. If you're representing your people, it's an honour, it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to represent your people, and we want to do that where we are.
As long as we've got automatic reselection to get rid of them.
If we do it well, if you do it well in MPA.
There is a culture around politics of people who are want to work in the leader's office and want to do this and that, and that's why I think there's been a problem, because people want their person to be the leader, and they're sort of pushing a bit of division, trying to push their one up. And I don't think Jeremy is particularly pushy to get up to number one in the chart, but other people might be trying to do that.
Actually, you said today, though, the people he's learnt more from are the street cleaners, the people, the ordinary working people, not the people who come from universities and straight in. And actually, it's like when I was a nurse, I actually learned more than my couple of years of nursing was learning from nursing assistants, because the qualified nurses were always busy doing the stuff that I wasn't, and that's how you learn your trade. And I think that's what's happened. As anybody in any job, you learn your trade over a period of time, but it almost seems to be now, well, actually, you can come into the Labour Party, or that's how it used to be, you can come to the Labour Party, and, if you want to, you can become an MP. We can put you on a career pathway. Like I said yesterday about Clive Lewis, the first person he said he was going to speak to, if you give it away, was his wife. Hello, it wasn't your wife that got you elected as the constituency MP. So you should be speaking to the people first. That's who it's about. So.
Yeah. Well, what time are we on now? Because I've got doing a live Zoom at 8, so I've got to go and do some work. But Carlos has got James Giles is here. Come on, James, just come over here. Just here. Right.
There he is.
So
he's the man I was talking about.
So James, you.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Sorry, Catherine. What did you make of the conference then?
I think it's been absolutely brilliant. Was it perfect? No. Lessons have been learned for the future, but it's something to build on for the future. I had a text from my son this afternoon worrying, saying, "Oh, are you all right? I've heard about fighting and that." I said, "No, it's been brilliant. There's been healthy debate, not fighting."
Yeah, and it's good to debate, isn't it, rather than do what they do at Labour, where they all agree with Starmer all the time.
Exactly. That's what we need. That's what we're about, us socialists.
And you're staying another day?
I'm staying until Tuesday morning. I'm going to do some sightseeing tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Make the most of it.
So out of 10, what would you give the conference?
Well, I'm not going to give it 10 out of 10 because it's not perfect. So I'll give it a strong 7.5. That's not bad.
So look, there's James is here, who's he was trying to get into the conference yesterday. You didn't get in yesterday, is that right?
No, and I didn't officially get in today. I gate crashed, but I was never going to cause trouble, and I'd like to think we're all back on track, aren't we? I think it's been a great day.
You're not in the Socialist Workers, are you?
I've never been. You want me to spin this way? Yeah. I've never been a member of the SWP in my life.
Right. Okay. Are you a communist?
No.
No. This is like the.
I'm a socialist, Crispin, not a communist.
No, I'm joking. So Zara came in. I was a bit apprehensive that if there. I thought there'd be a kind of leadership thing going on, but because that was taken out, it made it more relaxed when she spoke, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm delighted with the results. I think that the members have rightly voted, if I can use the phrase, to take back control. I'm hoping it will serve as a reset that we can put the last few months behind us and that we can actually now build a vehicle that's capable of taking the fight to reform, because we owe it to the movement, we owe it to the country to do that. And so it's been a bumpy ride, but we got there in the end, didn't we?
And what are you going to do now? Go off back home, or are you going to stay and celebrate a conference?
Well, I mean, I do need to get back home at some point. I've got a licensing subcommittee in Kingston tomorrow morning, which is as riveting as it sounds. But I may have just one whiskey before I head back.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for your time.
It's always lovely.
So everyone seems to be quite happy. 7 out of 10. The Merseyside pensioners are so happy they've gone off probably somewhere on the town. I've got to do a Zoom at 8 o'clock to see what people think about it. And so yeah, I'll go off now and edit some footage. And if you want to watch the Zoom, go to the Crispin Flintoff show webpage and you'll see the link on there. 8 till 10. We'll find out what people who weren't at the conference thought of the conference, which will be interesting. So I'll leave you to look at the hall emptying out.